Morning, everybody. I'm excited to be filming this. Also, I'm ice rolling my face. I feel like I'm suffering a little bit, but this is my favorite thing to do in the morning because it is the easiest way to get my body kind of in shock in the morning. I don't know. I'm not one to take cold showers or like do a cold plunge. That is just beyond my skills, but the ice roller, it gets the job done. Today, we're gonna do my spiritual morning routine. I filmed a video like this about 2 years ago. It randomly got a lot of attention a couple months ago, and a couple people asked me to make an updated one, so here I am with our updated spiritual morning routine. My morning routine definitely varies depending on, what I'm doing that day. Today's a holiday, so I don't have to go to work, so my morning routine can be a little more flexible. More often than not, my morning routine is like 30 minutes to an hour. I want to go the extra mile in this video, but in reality, to connect to yourself and to connect to your spirituality, you can just do your little rituals, the little things that help you focus and help you feel grounded, and that is enough. The first thing I want to do to start our day right is do a little meditation and some stretching. I guess we're kind of doing yoga this morning. I usually don't follow a video. I'll just stretch on my own. I have my little routine. It feels amazing to get a good stretch in and take your deep breaths in that stretch. And sometimes I feel too lazy to do it, but every single time, once I'm done, I feel my blood flowing. I feel more energized. I feel like my body is free. So that feeling is motivation enough to spend the 10 minutes to do my stretch. Something I have felt before is like this guilt that comes with slowing down and taking my time, because 90% of us live in a very fast-paced world. Maybe you work a 9 to 5, or you have more than one job, or you just have all these different career goals that you need to meet, and it can take up a lot of your time. And I feel like I've been kind of feeling that way, where everything feels very go, 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 and I just have all these different things that I want to accomplish. So because of that, it makes it very hard to take the time for myself. It just feels like, oh, well, this time can be used for something productive and working towards the million things that I'm working towards. But I always remind myself that the time I take for myself is equally as important as any of my work-related goals. Because truly, when I am connected to myself and I find moments of calm, it will regulate my nervous system. Stress is a big problem for most of us, and when we take the time to combat the stress, our body will notice the difference, and so will our mind. To be in like a healthy, decent baseline is gonna make our work and our goals and our everyday life so much better. Take the time to take care of yourself, because it's gonna reflect in everything that you do. I don't know who else feels like this, but sometimes if I'm not doing something that is beneficial to my goals, I feel like I'm just wasting my time. But everything we do in this life shapes who we are and the way we approach things. We just need to enjoy every little bit of this life that we have. So that's my post-yoga chit-chat. It's actually raining all day today. I'm in Los Angeles, and last week we had a really bad week of rain, like non-stop, and I guess it's back. This has turned into a very cozy weekend. I actually really like the rain, but I know cloudy days can make it hard for some of us to feel happy. I always make sure to turn on like all my lights, warm light, because it helps kind of mimic the sun. I'm gonna have a shower, and then we're gonna make some matcha. My matcha. It is delicious. My matcha recipe is always soy milk, and then I do vanilla syrup, and sometimes I add cinnamon, but it does stain the cup a little bit, so I wanted to maintain the cute, simple aesthetic. We are going to, of course, do some journaling. I feel like journaling is not everybody's cup of tea. I think a lot of people struggle to think about what they can journal. I've always been very inclined to writing, so I've always really enjoyed journaling. When I journal, I basically brain dump random. A lot of it is just with the intention of like capturing memories. I have journals from like every year since I was like 17 or 18, but I'm gonna be 23 soon. So it's really nice to read back my journal entries and see, you know, what I was up to at that time. Even though we have phones and technology and we can capture everything, we don't always capture our thoughts. I love when I go back home to Miami and I can just read through all my old journals. And it's really nice to reflect and see the way that I've grown. I like to just write whatever's on my mind, how I'm feeling, have my own philosophical talks, if you will. During the pandemic, I started doing more of like affirmations and gratitude journaling, and that was really helpful. I stopped for a while and it made me realize how important it was for me. Oh, here comes my dog. Hi, baby. Wanna say hi to the people? Hi. She's really shy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so affirmations and gratitude are very important to me because I noticed how much of a difference it made. It helped me focus. Like when I thought about 3 things to be grateful for every day, I got to just sit with that and understand what it means to feel thankful for a lot of things. And it really helped put things into perspective and make life feel like not that big of a deal. Sometimes I feel like the world is crumbling in on me, but when I do my gratitude journaling, it helps me understand that the world is indeed not crumbling all over me. And I think seeing affirmations is super important as well because you subconsciously get that phrase into your head. Let's do some journaling. Show you guys my favorite part of my apartment, and that is my spiritual corner. I've completely taken over this shelf with everything spirituality related, and it's right next to the TV in the living room area. If you've been following me for a while, then you probably have already seen this. Let's give you a tour. This is actually new. I just got this light to have some more ambiance in the night. I think I add something super fun to the shelf. I have so many crystals. This bag has some smaller ones. We have tourmaline, pyrite, amber. I also have this small bundle of sage, some smoky obsidian. This is actually from Peru. It's just a little rock. So many crystals, guys. Carnelian, which is my favorite. This labradorite is so gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. I have some green aventurine here. This is just a little selenite charging piece. And then we have this really beautiful crown with labradorite that a friend of mine made for me, and her store is called Flicker and Flames. And then we have a crystal grid. I have never made a crystal grid before. This is my first one. I'm still very new to it, but if you don't know what that is, you basically have like your center crystal and you set an intention that you want to manifest with the grid, and then you just kind of surround it with like amplifiers. I don't really have very like pointy crystals, but I have this amethyst that points towards the aventurine. We have some citrine, pyrite. I think it looks beautiful, and at some point I think I'm gonna make a new one. And I also just have a bunch of random seashells that I got from the beach. And then we have a bunch of incense, and this incense is lavender scented. I put it in a little jar. We have oracle cards. I got this for my birthday last year. I think we're gonna use them now. Another candle. We have this pink friendship candle. We have a geode, my incense holder, which I actually painted this. And because it's raining today, I think we're going to light our first rain incense. I want to pull some oracle cards. These are just like a Halloween themed oracle card. For the first like 6 months that I got these, I was using them pretty often. I've kind of let go of the habit. I do really like using them, so I want to get back into it. This is what the book looks like. We have like all the card info and stuff. Okay, this is very interesting. I asked a question about my career. I'm pretty sure I caught it on camera, but 2 cards fell out while I was shuffling them, and I put them back in anyway, and I got both of them. And you saw me shuffle, so I don't know what to tell you. I love when things like this happen. So we have the apple, risk and reward, ghost, regret. I've actually never gotten this one. This is interesting. And then dawn, the light after the darkness. Let's see what everything means. It's time to look at how risk plays out in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want to change but are not willing to change anything? Are you willing to risk to get a greater reward? Okay, now we have ghost. Holding grudges or regrets is burdensome work and it weighs us down eventually. By taking actions to free ourselves of these old burdens, we clear the way for more rightful and wise action for the future. I like that. And then we have dawn. Change is unstoppable and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe and it's being indicated here. Well, that was fun and the art on these is always very cool. We have one little task to do before our morning is over. I'm gonna put on some makeup and film it for another video, and then we're gonna go to Whole Foods. Do you like these Myers ones? Do you want to get one that's like the fillable? These smell really good. Every time I'm at Whole Foods, I can't help myself and I need to buy a snack. We have to browse the snack section. I'm so excited to have my Whole Foods snack. I ended up getting samosas. They're my favorite thing in the world. These are just like vegan ones. I think they have potatoes and peas. That is so good. This isn't my first meal of the day. I did have breakfast. I just didn't document it. Sorry. The breakfast was not very cute, okay? But for breakfast, I do like to have scrambled eggs with cheese and some beans. It's like my botched version of huevos rancheros. So I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. All in all, I think your little moments and pockets of peace throughout your day, throughout your morning routine is what makes it spiritual. I think taking the time to be present in the quiet moments is what really makes a difference. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I'm always open to hearing recommendations. Feel free to comment or send me a DM on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys soon.